Hi guys. Okay, so earlier we asked in a little box for all questions about weave because every time I get my hair in, I get a lot of questions about the weave and honestly, a lot of questions that I don't know the answers to. So I have my stylist, if you guys have followed me throughout all of my hair, has been my basically sister-in-law and bestie, and we have been doing. You've been doing my hair for how long?
Like a little over 5 years.
Yeah, like 5 years. So it's been like a whole growth situation.
For sure. You're my first client ever.
Yeah. And so we wanted to just answer questions so that she can give really good answers that are knowledgeable. And then if there's like questions for the client that, you know, are specific, then I would be glad to answer those. So if you didn't get a chance to ask a question in the box, we have written down those questions, which a lot of them were repetitive. But feel free to like chat with us while we're talking. And we'll just kind of walk you through all the things. So also let me preface with, we've done nothing all day and actually didn't do our hair today. So we were like, should we even be talking about hair? Neither of us did our hair today.
Which is great.
That's fine. It just shows like with a good little brush through, you don't have to do a whole lot. Okay, so this is Logan, and she owns...
What's up, fam?
Salon LOX, and so she's going to answer some questions.
I'm so excited because I feel like, especially when you go from short to long, I just feel like the questions are like, how do you do that, you know? And this is how. So we have, like she said, a couple of repetitive ones, so I'm just going to kind of like roll through them, and if we don't answer anything that you have question, then just like put it in the comment and I'll try to answer it if I can for you if I don't hit it before. But a lot of people want to know price, which this is going to differ where you go and get your hair done. But if you come to LOX and see me or any of my stylists there, they base at $1,100, and that's for like a full set situation like Nikki has going on. This is what I would consider a full set when you're getting length and volume. A little sleep kink maybe.
Kinky.
But you can also do a volume set and a fill set, but those two sets do just that. They just fill your hair up and make it look thicker. They're not going to add any length. And the same thing with a fill set. It'll just fill those sides in where you're maybe not growing in the front. And those are like a lower tier base price. But that full set bases at $1,100, and it goes up from there depending on what you need. Others want to know how long they last. They can realistically last you up to 7 to 9 months realistically. But if you take super good care, it's up to like a year. I have clients that are in their hair for a year or more. It really just depends on the wearer. But I feel like the magic number when you're kind of feeling like you need some fresh situations in there, it normally falls between 7 to 9 months.
So like that initial number is not every time. That's like
no
first time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then keep your hair nice. You don't have to pay that price every time.
Right. So like that one big $1,100 and up base price lasts you, you know, basically once a year. You're doing that big price, and then you're maintaining it in between.
How much is a filler?
A fill set starts at $350. And that's essentially, so hand-tied wefts come in individual pieces like this long. And we would fold them in half and just fill your sides. A lot of girls who love that like blonde right in their face, if you've been getting blonde for a long time, you probably have like broken pieces that are tired in the front. So the extensions are great for that, to kind of fill this in. Obviously the money piece situation is hot right now. It's trending in hair. Everybody wants this $ money piece. And you can't really have that if you don't have like long hair in the front. So that fill set is great for that. Brand and method. So the method that we use is my method. I created it a little over a year ago. But if you get hand-tied extensions in general, they're all going to pretty much fall under the same umbrella. But my method just differs a little bit from the next person. I'm sure if you've been looking into hand-tied extensions, y'all know who Hair by Chrissy is. She's the OG. She kind of started it. And there's methods all around hand-tied extensions. So my method is called hand lace locks. And that's what we use. Brand-wise, we play with a couple of different extensions. We love Salt Strands. We love Bombshell. We use Platform. It kind of just depends on the client, what's in stock. But all three of those we really do love at my salon.
Do you just not cut your natural hair at all, like during that, for that long?
Honestly, I feel like every other install, I'm trimming your natural hair. I don't ever let it go. It's kind of a wives' tale. Like if you cut your hair, it helps it grow. And essentially all that's doing is taking off any split ends or any ends that are tired and dead from continuing to do that, continuing to break, and allowing your hair to continue to get longer. So I don't feel like it's necessary every time. I'm kind of a length snob. Obviously, I have 3 rows of weave-in, so I don't want to cut your hair, but if
Her hair is already so long and thick.
If it needs it, it needs it. That's what's so crazy though. Once you have these extensions, like I have great hair by myself, but like I can't. I will never not have my extensions.
Yeah.
Even when I'm short, I'll wear a row or like fillers or something. But for me, it's the color because I'm so dark naturally that my extensions are what gives me all of my blonde in my hair is essentially extensions with the exception of like what's around my face.
Which also probably helps your health of your hair.
Yes. And that's another thing, which I can kind of skip down to that. Like my extensions, 99% of my clients are growing underneath their extensions. I'm pretty sure they're in a highlight on my Instagram. I have before and afters of girls that have gotten their first set and what they looked like before, and then a year later getting a new set and what they look like before, and inches, you all, inches of hair growth underneath. I haven't cut my hair in 2 years, and I've been in hand lace for a solid 2 years. I put them in and my hair was at my collarbone, and this is like where my natural hair is. It's like
crazy.
Under my boob.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Honestly, I'm shook when I take out extensions. I'm like, how is your hair this long? So to answer the question, if they damage, in my experience and my clients, no, but I really can't speak for everybody because that's a skill set thing. So in our salon, you will not be experiencing damage with your hand-tied extensions. Okay, what's next? Yeah, we have...
Mo.
Hi, Mo.
Mo has a great set in as well.
Yes,
and
she
they're shorter.
does. And they're shorter.
So
And
you should check hers out too.
yeah, but she liked that full set. She liked them 2 rows. I tried to talk her into one. She's like, nah, girl, give me it all.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody asked products for care. I suggest just hydrating professional grade products. So the main thing in extensions is you want to keep them hydrated. They are not alive, attached to a living follicle on your scalp. Therefore, they're going to dry out faster, especially if you are styling them every day, you're a blowout person, you're putting hot tools to them every day, especially in the summer when you're outside in the sun. You want to keep your extensions super hydrated. We love for fine hair clients, the brand is called In Common. We love that. And we also love Wella Brilliance. They're both really, really great products, both sold at my salon, LOX. So love those products. And a must-have product post-shower is a leave-in conditioner spray. That is like, if you do anything to your extensions, leave-in conditioner spray. If you like invest in one product when you get your set, you need a leave-in. And we love the In Common Magic Mist for that. Also have that at LOX. And then the next question is how to style without burning. Heat protectant, which that In Common Magic Mist that I just mentioned has that in there. So it's like kind of a triple threat, which I love that about that product. Turn your hot tools down. You don't need them that hot, and also a professional grade tool. I know a lot of people don't really understand like the importance around using something professional grade. I don't know what's happening, but I have like an eyelash in my eye right now. Ooh, got it. And basically what you're paying for in a professional grade tool is the heating element. So like a Revlon curling iron is going to have a cheaper, literally science to their curling iron than a Babulous would or a BioIonic. So investing in that hot tool is really going to help the longevity of your extension as well. These are like an investment on all accounts. I like joke with my clients. I'm like, would you take your Bentley through like Armor All wipes? Like, why are you using $4 shampoo on your $1,000 extensions?
I love a good Armor All wipe.
I know, but I'm just for like a, example, like when you have something luxury, you should take care of it that way. Like,
Yeah. Sarah, that is the right verbiage.
What?
How often do you have to get them moved up? She said, is that the right verbiage?
Yeah. How often do you have to get them moved up? I'll just go ahead and answer that. Every 5 to 10 weeks. So my salon's a little different and my method is a little different in that way where I offer a maintenance in between your 8 to 10 week. So typically it's 8 to 10 weeks that you're getting your extensions moved up. But you have the option to come in 4 or 5 weeks halfway through for a bead push-up. A lot of clients love their extensions tight to their head. They don't like them like flapping around. So we will retighten your beads, resolidify everything to the scalp. The appointment's like 20 minutes, and you can also get a blowout during that appointment if you wanted, or a toner, or a sparkle coverage, which at my salon is gray coverage. A lot of people with sparkle need that maintenance in that amount of time anyways. So you can come in, maintenance your extension, get a little toner, get a blowout if you want, or just do the bead push-up and you're on your way. And if you don't like your extensions tight, it's 8 to 10 weeks. So once every like 2 months or more, really, is how often you're doing it.
Do you have a link in your profile for your products?
You got to come in and see me, girl. I should.
They're probably not in Kentucky.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll work on that. I'll get it on our site. We can like ship stuff out maybe.
Yeah. How long does your hair have to be? I mean, you guys, you saw when I just put mine in, my hair was like what to here?
Yeah.
I mean, if I pull out my...
Which Nikki has a different situation. She has 3...
Like, this is my hair.
I know. 3.5 rows, which like... Gonna be honest, Nikki's set is like, if you have hair like that, the more hair you need, the more color you need, the more work it is. So the shorter the hair, the more expensive the investment. Because it's just way more work when I'm going from this to this, versus something that's a little bit longer.
And also, while we're there, let's chat about, because I get a lot of people that with short hair that say, but I put mine in and you can still see like all my hair, like it doesn't flow.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's kind of a skill thing. And how many people in short hair have they been putting in the extensions? It's an experience thing. It's a training thing. I host classes, so send your hairdresser my way if she wants to learn how we do it. But it's honestly, I tell girls all the time that take my classes, like repetition and what's the word I'm looking for? Like consistency in doing them is going to perfect your craft. You literally have to do these every day to get good at them.
And I am someone that loves it like here, like all the way up and real close.
Nikki always says as high as possible and as close to my face as possible.
Because I have those like shorter pieces like you talked about. So,
but also that doesn't work for everybody. So someone else on here asked like, what about thin hair? And you can totally wear them with thin hair, but placement and amount of hair is key. So Nikki has fine textured hair that is wavy. But she has so much hair, you guys. Her hair is so dense. This took me 6.5 hours from start to finish. And every time I'm like, it'll be like 4. It's like...
It was a journey.
6 hours later, I'm like, I'm so sorry. But
my kids are in bed.
It's a masterpiece. So I guess it's worth it. But it's totally doable for fine hair. But again, that's like a skill thing and like an eye thing. You have to just know where to put them, how many to put in, but they're totally wearable. My mom has crazy fine hair and is in a full set.
And so does our mother-in-law.
Yeah, and so does Sue's. She also has a full set in cut short, which is a really good example of that too.
Really good.
Yeah, so cute. Her color last time was
so good.
Fire. It was good. Okay, someone else asked, do you wash them normally? Yes, you do, but I always try to suggest once a week if you can, which a lot of the time, if you have fine hair, you are washing your hair way more frequently, but I also think this is something that aids in hair growth, washing your hair less. So a lot of the time when you're in my extension, you are washing your hair once a week, which is aiding in hair growth. Hair oil is like fertilizer for your scalp. You can kind of think about it that way. So it loves it. It feeds on it. It's like food for your hair. So if you wash it less, your hair's going to grow. So once a week.
And I felt like, because I washed every day.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was a grease ball if I didn't, especially like at the front and my roots. But I really swear that like I trained it to not need that. And then it just had less, it was less oil.
Yeah,
it got
and
like
it's
less
true.
oily and I can do that now. I will use like some dry shampoo sometimes or whatever to like help right here.
Yeah.
Or you can do like
the hoe bath. Yeah. So you'll pull out like all your natural around your hair right here. and on each side, and then pin your hair back and take out
I love that you just said that.
Well, it's what it is.
Hilarious.
We call it a hoe bath. You all know what that is. Yeah. Little hoe bath. You wash what matters and you go on. But you take out the front around your face and then the top where you're greasy, and then you shampoo and conditioner. A hoe bath. My favorite dry shampoo right now is by Wella. It's the only one that they have, and it's Emi. It's really good. I like it a lot. No one can get over the hoe bath. That's so funny. But yes, love a good hoe bath. And also, yeah, you really can train your hair. You have glands in your scalp if you wash them every day. They're overworking, and you're basically like it's a vicious cycle you'll never get out of. So if you stop washing less, your oil glands in your head will stop working so hard, and then your hair will kind of naturally be less greasy in less washes.
Now I'm curious if you think everyone knows that's what that's called.
I guess I just like am thinking about my clients, and when I say that, I don't know, that's what we call it, is a hoe bath.
It's funny. They're like wavy, right? Or are they straight, the hair?
They're a body wave, slight body wave. They're not straight, but I wouldn't really consider them wavy either. It's very like a light wave.
She said, if you haven't done a hoe bath before, we can't be friends.
Thank you.
Everyone's done it, but
no one talks about it.
Good name.
It's okay. I'm here to expose everyone's truth.
Okay.
So yeah, that's really, the hoe bath is great. And also too, I say this time of year, like beanie season, hat season, like take advantage of that. Wear a beanie, wear a hat, like the slick back pony Kim K status is like in. Work with it, don't work against it, and just like change up the style. When I get greasy right here, I do a little like sprout on the top of my hair. I have some like reels on styling tips, and instead of just wearing it down and curly every day, just get creative with how you're styling your hair when it's dirty so you can prolong those hair washes. Also, that's going to preserve your extensions. The more you wash and dry your extensions, the more wear you're putting on that hair and the less you will have them. The more frequently you'll have to replace wefts and replace everything if you're doing more to them. And someone else asked while I'm on that subject about air drying. You can totally air dry. I actually would love if you air dried. It just takes forever, but I do it when I wear my hair natural. You can totally air dry, you can totally blow dry, you can do either, but the air dry is going to allow you to keep your hair a little bit longer because you're just like doing less to it, putting less heat to it. The only thing with air drying is you need to make sure your hair is dry before you go to bed. You cannot sleep on your wefts wet.
Oh.
Nikki.
I didn't know that.
I mean, yours do okay. But sometimes they just get like roughed up in the back, and it can cause like,
it gets real kinky.
Well, and when you're wet, you're more tangly, you know? So it just, stuff can get caught up, and it's just better. Also, too, that could lead to like a fungal situation on your scalp. Like, you know, when stuff stays wet and it gets like mildewy and causes like a fungal thing, and then you get like a dry scalp and you're having like flaky, and it's a mess. So you just want to make sure your hair's dry before you go to bed. Somebody said, how does your real hair do underneath? I talked about that, just your hair growing really good. Somebody asked about what level of hair color for Nikki, which, again, that's really going to be different on everyone.
This is very filtered also.
Yeah, it is.
We had to do that today. So.
Yeah. But I used a level 7 in her lowlights. We lightened around her face, and then I tapped her with a level 6. Nikki's natural is like a level 8. So she's really, really blonde, but I wanted to get like winter dimensional vibe for her. Also, if you're darker a little bit, it's going to help blend a little bit better. If you're like bright, you have really short hair, those extensions are going to be tougher to blend. So if you have more dimension and depth in your hair, that's going to help hide the extension a little bit better.
Blonde hair is always harder in extensions.
That's another reason why I wanted you a little bit more dimensional, because we were, I mean, not only seasonal, but also you were going from like so short.
I went in Wednesday and had no idea what she was going to do.
Yeah.
She was like, can I just do something? I was like, yeah, sure.
Are you okay with that?
So I love it.
It's always come out pretty good. I've never disappointed you yet.
No.
So yeah, level 7 for her. Dimension helps. We have like 4 different weft colors in her hair. So the more you use you all, the better. Like the more movement, the more depth, the more reflection, like the less you're going to be able to tell what the heck's in there. It makes it kind of hard to tell that way.
It's off subject, but wearing your hair up a lot, is that bad for your hair?
it's not bad for your hair, but wearing your hair up without extensions isn't great for your hair to be wearing it up every day. I would just suggest wearing like a scrunchie, something softer, so it's not in like a tight hair tie, or like claw clips are in right now. The 90s trends are like here to party. So those big claw clips are really great because it's a little less aggressive. I wouldn't say it's bad, but I mean, even without extensions, it's not great to be tying your hair back every day. And if you do, switch it up. Do a high pony one day, low pony another, bun the other. Like switch up what you're doing so it's not hitting the same spot like every single day you're putting it up. You can put it up every day. I do to work out.
She said, I know your style is beads, but would you have any advice for tape and extensions or same care? Because I did tapes before you started doing.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah. Beads kind of freaked me out, honestly, before hand-tied extension. Like, even when learning them, beads just felt kind of aggressive to me, so I always did tapes. I mean, honestly, I would utilize the same care. The only thing you have to be, which I guess it's the same in hand-tied, is you have to be careful with your conditioner with tapes. And actually, I wouldn't air dry with tape-ins because when they're wet, they get, like, slippery and, like, gooky and slimy. So I would be blow-drying your hair, which is going to make you replace them. You should, get hand tied next time.
She's not here.
And you should look for them in your area.
Yeah.
And try them out because they are the most like evolved extension in the hair world right now. That is
a lot of people asked to like see like what they look like too, so we can show that too at the end.
Like what they look
just
like in your head.
Pulling it up just to see. Yeah.
Okay. That works. How often is the move up? We answered that. Somebody asked, are they heavy? Do you get a headache? You can expect like tenderness in your head for like 1 to 3 days, depending on how tender-headed you are.
Take some Advil like before you go. It's not like you're in pain, but like it's just new and different. And it's, I mean, if you're tender-headed, then take some Advil or Tylenol.
Yeah. And to me, I feel like it feels like a ponytail you can't take out the first couple of days. Like I've had my hair down like this and literally gone like this before to like pull my hair out of a pony. And it was just because my rows were tight and fresh. And I was like, oh, my hair's down. It just feels like it's up. If that's like the best comparison I have for somebody that like hasn't experienced it before.
Like
and
day 3, they start to feel so much looser and they don't feel so tight. Like they've grown out just a teeny bit.
Yeah, your scalp forgives you a little bit. And the tension is everything too. Like in the first install, if you are experiencing tenderness for more than like 4 days, they're just, your beads are probably a little too tight or your stitching's too close or whatever, but it'll loosen up. But you really shouldn't experience tenderness for more than like 3 days. And they don't really give you, I don't know, I never got a headache, really.
I mean,
it's just like
a
spots.
dull kind of feeling sometimes.
Yeah, well, you're new. Chock full too.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little heavy at first for me.
Yeah,
because
you're in 4
rows. And if
rows.
it's not the right amount. Remember when I had like, I don't know, I had like
I think
more than this. And I remember like going to her a couple days later. I'm like, this is just a little
too much.
Too much
sauce.
Yeah.
So we adjusted and made it a little bit better. That was also like early in my hand-tied game.
Yeah, that was your first set on me.
Yeah.
So
moving and transitioning from tapes too.
Like the look, like the high and tight, we changed after that too.
Yeah. So a little bit adjusting. And you'll know that too. Like when you first get your extensions in, I always tell my clients, like, wear these this time. And then you can kind of tell me, like, that was too close or that was too far back or I'd like it higher, I like it lower. I have a few clients that have, like, you know, they have their way of, like, their flav on how they like their extensions on their head. So you'll know what you like after wearing them. And your stylist will know that too. And then somebody asked, how much do you need? Everybody's hair is different. I have people in 6 wefts. I have people in 15. I'm in 15.
Yeah, isn't Rose? And she's already got like long hair, so she's probably in way less than me.
Rose has no extensions.
Oh, yeah.
It's all her hair.
Dang, girl.
Isn't that crazy? 1 row of extensions would make her hair like,
oh my gosh,
so thick and huge. But yeah, that's all her freaking
I didn't
hair.
Think about that.
Yeah. If you're on here, Rose.
Blessed.
But typically it's 8 to 12 wefts, typically, to give an idea. You're ranging from 8 to 12 in a full set. In a volume set, you're wearing like 4 to 6.
Jordan
that's
said,
just
I had
one row.
Babe Fusions and switched to the Babe hand tied and hates them. Is your method different?
I cannot stand Babe hair, hand-tied hair. So it could be the hair that you don't like. And like I said, I don't know if you were on here before, but all hand-tied methods are going to be similar. They're going to differ very, like in very small increments. So it could just be placement for you, how they're installed. My method is different than other hand-tied methods, but it's not like everyone beads a track and sews the hair in. I mean, it's same, but different, everywhere you go. Our main thing at LOX is integrity of your natural hair and comfort. Because when I first experienced hand-tied wefts, the same thing happened to me that happened to you, and I got put in way too much hair. I was in them for 4 weeks. I work out every day. I had a high ponytail and I couldn't even work out because it was bouncing and heavy, and I was like, I can't even live my life in these extensions. So I created hand lace locks for comfort and integrity, and I'm experiencing a lot of success in that realm with my method specifically, because I experienced discomfort and all of that. So I do kind of pride myself on that at our salon, and all the girls at my salon have worked by me personally and then also been trained by me and everything. So they do it pretty much the same as me.
How many rows? 4?
You have three full rows, and then she has one little baby guy in the back underneath to help with
to hide all these little babies that
those corners
come out around your shouldies.
Wow, I'm so excited for new hair tomorrow. I feel like this is short.
Oh my God.
But I want new hair.
She's ridiculous.
I'm getting a new install tomorrow. Yeah, when you come in asking me if they're like, is it too long? Is it too much? I'm like, You're talking to someone who's obsessed.
She gave someone 26 inches the other day.
I did.
It was
Inches,
literally
baby.
down to her booty.
It was so crazy. It looked so good though. She was here for it. And the last question was just air dry. So I feel like I kind of hit everything.
Yeah. She said, I feel like I always have to do my hair. Is that common? I feel like I don't have to do my hair when I have extensions.
Yeah.
Because it hides all my...
In what way? You have to style it every day? You have to get up and restyle the whole thing?
I feel like just some little
touch-up
facial
pieces.
touch-ups could do the trick.
That's what's so great too, is these extensions hold curl. Nikki and I literally brushed our hair today and that was it.
I haven't curled my hair since Wednesday. I mean, it needs recurled, but
right.
I haven't curled it since she did it Wednesday.
I curled mine fresh yesterday, and I would probably just do my front pieces and maybe a little bit on the top and I'd be done. I can't wear it straight.
I don't like wearing my extensions straight.
I don't either. But we also have frizzy hair texture.
Yeah.
And when you have frizzy hair, you probably don't like wearing your hair straight because you walk outside and you're a frizz ball. And it bends, and mine never stays straight. Mm-hmm. You know? Mm-hmm. So I like to wear mine curly.
We answered all the box questions that we had written down.
Yeah.
If you guys have any others, because we just rambling. I think you can have curly hair.
I have curly hair. Yeah. The texture will just be different, and it'll be a little bit more of a fight for you on the initial wash day. So if you're a blowout person and you curl your hair, that's fine. But if you're curly, you won't be able to just dry natural and walk out the door. You'll have to mend the two together because the texture is going to be different.
She touched on color and cost earlier. I'm going to save this so you guys can go back to it.
Mm-hmm.
It does take a long time, and especially it just depends on the salon too, I feel like.
Yeah.
And how detail oriented they are. So it's just, you just have to go in knowing that it's going to take time. Someone was like, I love how your sides are long. So I wanted to show, because I said I would show it.
Yeah. You want me to part you out?
Yeah.
So Nikki's top row lives right here. What's so crazy is I'm
so
what's
high.
what?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because it just blends so great.
Okay, so there's the bead.
Yep.
And there's the weft.
So the bead lives underneath. So I create this track with little silicone lined beads. So it's not just straight metal in your hair. It's lined with silicone as a cushion for protection. And then I hand sew the weft to the track that I create.
When it folds over like that, it's pretty seamless.
It is. It's not bulky. They lay really, really flat. And if your extensions feel bulky, you probably didn't get hand-tied wefts. You probably got like a machine weft that's really thick on the top and then it got sewn in. Hand-tied wefts are made to like layer and stack. They're made for this. So they do like lay pretty flush with the head. So best things ever, best invention ever.
If I went back to fusions because I like them, would you take me as a color client?
I wouldn't do your fusions, but we would do your color for sure. I had a client who was in fusions for a long time, and I would just color around them, and then she would go to her other stylist. I have two
also,
stylists.
Everyone at LOX is great, so
Yeah.
If you can't get in with low,
Yeah.
there's some really great
Which
ones.
I won't be able to take anybody new till February of 2021. But I do try to take new people. Like I try to take on 1 or 2 clients a month, but
Girl, India's not far. You could come. Come on, girl.
yeah, come on in. It's real fun at LOX. It's a vibe in there. We have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Hair types. I have fine, thin hair. Would this work for me? I touched on that a little bit earlier too. So if you go back to this live after it's saved, you can definitely wear them with fine hair. Yes, my friend goes to Dre. Oh, Dre. She is great. She was my first girl ever that worked for me. She's lovely. I love her. That's my posen.
Another thing that I always get is
Love you, Hope.
I'm
writing you about your extensions. I see your message. Don't worry, girl.
for me, I put my hair up a lot and people are like, how can you not see them? And you totally can see them in my hair because my hair, I'm like, please put them right here. But it's not horrible.
Yeah.
And I tend to, like when it's longer,
Yeah.
I'm good without a like bandana or a hair, like a...
This situation's going to be a minute for you to
When
be able
it's
to...
short like this, I usually wear a headband to cover
everything.
all of that. But even if I pull up, like, I mean, you can kind of get the idea that if I like brushed it out. And she gave me a great tip, so I'm going to share this like old school tip. I don't even know if you use this tip still.
I probably do. The toothbrush tip?
Yeah. So when you get like when you can still see your hair and you put it up and you want to like...
show them mine too.
Yeah, just like pull... Once you pull it up, you take a toothbrush and like brush your little hairs over top of like right by your face, and I swear it works wonders.
It just
It's
grabs
crazy.
like all the baby hairs and like pulls everything over. But I mean, I can wear my hair like up. And I mean,
yours is, yeah, there's no show there.
so I mean, it really just depends on the client. And also too, like, I feel like I have a couple clients that get frustrated at first, and it does take work. Like you do have an inanimate object in your hair, so you're not going to be able to just like throw your hair up and walk out of the door. Like you will always kind of have to work around your extension
maintenance.
a little bit. But in this extension, I definitely feel like it's the best thing to work around thus far. Like when it comes to hair extensions, tape-ins, putting those things up, shoo, it's a little bit hard because this is like hair from the top. So there's nothing other than hair. There's no like tab or whatever. So it just looks super, super natural from like root to tip. Yes, you can see them in my hair too when it's up. Yeah, that's just... Oh yeah, and then your tip on the headband and the toothbrush is where it's at, or like a round brush. If you guys use like a bristle, round brush, I use that sometimes too with a little hairspray. Those little like wiry bristles will grab all your babies and help you hide your extensions a little bit better.
Any other questions?
Anybody. This was long overdue. I'm glad we did it. You can save it.
Okay, hopefully that helped answer lots of questions. Just a lot of common questions, so figured let's get the person who knows the answers to that. So I'm not, because I honestly, if I don't respond to something or if I let you know, like I got to get back to you, it's because I don't know. Yes, we are in Louisville. Yeah.
My salon's like right off of Blake and Baker if you're local.
Okay.
We ride up in the Ville.
Appreciate you. Oh, yes, she does color.
Yep, I do color and extensions. Both.
She touched on all of the like maintenance and how long they last and everything. So I will save this for you guys so that we can go back to it anytime anyone has a hair question. Appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure.
All All right, guys. If it's not too far in Ohio, I would drive.
I do have people that drive in. We have people from Cincinnati, Nashville, and we got people driving in from all over, Indy. So it would not be rare. I actually have someone from Texas. Like, come on in, sis. We're ready for you. We'd love to do it.
Okay. Well, that was fun. And I'll save this. Thank you guys for hopping on all your questions. And we'll talk to you later.
Happy Sunday.
Bye-bye.